only about 50% of humans stay married for the lifespan. So it's very, very common, very normal to experience divorce. I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh, and I'm here for you on Local Now. I have a PhD in clinical psychology, and I specialize in the science of dating, mating, and relating. And a natural part of dating, mating, and relating is divorce for many people. And one of the most common things people will say is, when they're in the midst of it, is, oh, when my divorce is final, things will be great. Well, actually, that's when the new relationship with your ex begins, especially if you have children. If you have children in a marriage, I promise you, you're gonna have a relationship for the rest of your life with your ex. Why? Because there are going to be graduations, there are going to be weddings, hopefully there will be the birth of a grandchild. There will be many, many reasons to get together, not all positive. Somebody might become ill, there might be visits at hospitals. So I want to talk to you about some steps that you can take to keep your head straight and negotiate a healthy relationship with your ex. The first question to ask yourself before you attend an event that your ex might be at is, why are you going? Are you going because you feel you have to? Are you going because it's the right thing to do? Are you going just because you want to? Those are not reasons. There's only one reason why you should attend an event with your ex, because it would benefit your child, because your child needs you there, not fighting, but biting your tongue, holding your head high, and being proud, caring, and supportive of your child. The second thing you need to ask yourself is, how will your behavior impact others? Think about it. Can you go and bite your tongue? Can you go and keep a smile on your face when your ex's family is icing you out? Can you go and not create more drama? If you can't, then you shouldn't go. But if you can, think of it as a gift to your child. Before you attend any event with your ex, make sure you get emotional support before and after. If you can bring a close friend, great. If not, make sure you talk to them literally in the car on the way there, so you're in that headspace where you're reminded of how lovable you are, and you can grow a little bit of alligator skin. And call them right afterwards too, to debrief. Just make sure you get the support you need. Maybe you want to do some mindfulness meditation beforehand. Get a massage, call your therapist. Do anything that you need so that you can be your best self at that event. And finally, ask yourself if you're still carrying too much resentment. That's your burden. You know, resentment is like drinking poison and hoping somebody else will die. Being able to truly forgive somebody is a gift to yourself. It's being able to relieve yourself of all the stress and strain and anger about that previous relationship. Do the work you need to do. Seek therapy if you need to. But it's time to let your ex and all the negative feelings that may be associated with him or her let go. It's time to let it go. Because now, life is about helping your kids have their best life. Today, I want to talk about getting back into the dating game after divorce. And before I give you a few tips, just let me say this. You know, lifelong monogamy, I mean the kind that goes for 40 or 50 years, is really unnatural in the evolution of our species. If you got married in the year 1900 and professed till death do us part, the length of that marriage on average was about 12 years. If you got married in 1990 and you professed until death do us part, the length of that marriage on average was about 12 years. Once, marriage ended through death. Today, it ends by divorce. So, you've gone through your divorce, you're ready to hit the dating market. What do you do first? Number one, make sure you're actually ready. Yeah, that means that you've done the healing work. If you have children, that your children are settled into the new normal in their life. And more than anything, that you've forgiven your ex. Remember, forgiveness is a gift you give yourself because you don't want to carry around resentment. And also, you'll enter the dating world talking and thinking about your ex too much or comparing this person to your ex, and that's not fair to do to anybody. Secondly, use the dating apps Everybody's on them, of every age group nowadays, but use them wisely. Understand this, most dating apps aren't designed to help you find a mate. They're designed to get you addicted to the app. And they use a brain trick called paradox of choice, which means the more choice a human being has, the less likely they are to make a choice. And when they do make a choice, they value that choice less. So pick one or two people on the app, chat with them, get into a real telephone call quickly so that you can start to assess them as a real person. Think of a dating app as, you're walking through a bar, a club, or a restaurant, and somebody goes, "Hey, how are you?" Or "Could I buy you a drink?" or whatever. You don't get into a deep conversation. It's a quick chit chat, and then you dance with somebody else. That's all a dating app is. Your goal is to get them out of the club and start building some real intimacy. Number 3 sounds a little weird, but it's true. Don't trust your gut. Remember, your gut instinct, your picker, picked your ex. So instead, this is a time to filter your feelings through your prefrontal cortex. Have a trusted therapist work with you. Find out about your choices and why you've chosen certain kinds of people in the past. Number 4, when you do start dating somebody, I know you might be a couple person. Don't push for relationship definition too fast. It's too much pressure too early. Also, don't wait too long. I've had men say to me, I've been dating this woman and she said it's going to be casual and we've been having sex for 6 months and now she's asking me where this relationship is going. So I would say before you get entangled with all the sexy hormones of a sexual relationship, that you have a conversation about, are we going to be exclusive, or what's happening afterwards, or how would you like this? How do we define this, right? It's a good time. Number 5, I know it's counterintuitive, but don't avoid conflict. In the early stages of dating, you're looking for signs that somebody has healthy conflict resolution skills. So if there is sort of a misunderstanding, you can talk it through and be fair with each other. If the person gives you the silent treatment or stops texting or calling to punish you or yells at you, you know what's coming in the future. Finally, if you're a parent, don't introduce your children too soon. We do know that a revolving door of parental figures is probably the worst thing for kids. So take your time. I would say date someone for at least 6 months before you ever expose your children to them. Better a year. Don't rush into trying to create these artificial blended families. It's way too much pressure too soon. Love takes a long time to grow, and learning how to have a healthy love relationship means stepping back, making different choices, assessing carefully, and yes, being open and loving, because you're ready. I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh. Thanks for watching Local Now. I'm here regularly. You can also find me on my social media at Dr. Wendy Walsh. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time.